The eyes of the sporting world are focused on the most hotly anticipated men's UCI Hour Record attempt of the modern era. Tonight, Italy's Filippo Ganna will aim to make the record his own, but uniquely in the history of the Hour Record, the distance he will have to beat is that of one of his own coaching staff, Britain's Dan Bigham. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Filippo Ganna's attempt on the UCI Hour Record.
I want to try to do the hour record for my personal goal, and because I will try to write the history for me and for the cycling.
It's always been quite prestigious in Italy to be the hour record holder. Moser had the hour record for a long time, so it was quite natural to, okay, when are you going to try the hour record? And yeah, I think it started a bit of a joke. By the end of the Giro, when he had smashed the other 2 time 12s, then it was more of a project than a joke.
I think it's a very unique situation I was in to try and assist somebody to break my own world hour record. But that uniqueness is quite enjoyable in an odd way. I'm very happy. My name's in the record books, and the entire project being alongside Filippo meant it brought a huge amount more to even what I could achieve. So I'm thankful for that for sure, and to then go that step further and see what somebody who does have 100 plus watts more can really go and do to the record was really, really cool.
He's a true champion because when he's got something in his head, he will go all out to achieve it, and when he wants something, he's a machine.
I mean, to get to that level, you really need to dedicate your whole life to the sport to some extent, so each of them has something which is somehow peculiar. When it's time to go on, he's on 100%. And he has this attitude which makes him perform or even overperform when there is emotions involved.
You have to address the other side of the performance coin. You can put all the power in you want, but if you drag sky high, you're not going to go very quickly. So it's how do we approach this incredibly objectively, scientifically, with all the partners and with the preparation, but to fit in with how Filippo is as a person, that subjectivity, that passion, and try and tie the two together and try and get him over the line on all these different aspects that to him might not feel faster, but we know they objectively are, and to get him to buy into that entire process. And that was a challenge for sure, but I think the end result speaks volumes.
If I do the record, I'm happy. Maybe I go directly in the holiday. If I don't do, doesn't matter. So I try every single effort at 100% of my head, my focus for the performance. So we cross the fingers.
This project in terms of collaboration was absolutely unique. So there has been no other projects in my whole career who were including so many partners and where we were sharing so much data between the partners, also at the design phase. So everything in the project was built around people, and I think was really the first time, at least to my knowledge, that this was done in this way.
So today we're here at the Milan Politecnico, I should go with my Italian, wind tunnel. So we're testing quite a few different things, to be honest. There's a lot of development that's been happening behind the scenes to bring equipment here to test. So bi-racer skin suits and different options around there, casque helmets and visors. There's some really interesting stuff going on in that area. We've got some great new little areas to work with on the new Pinarello track frame as well. Over the past few years, it's obviously become more commonplace to design a helmet with aerodynamics in mind, and time trialling and the hour record are 2 disciplines that really demand the perfect aerodynamics, and everybody's different as well. Everybody's body shape, their head position, their flexibility, even the skin suit they wear, they all interact with the helmet. So casques provide great solutions with having different helmets to really optimise that on a rider by rider basis and an event by event basis, and that's really what the primary focus of helmets has become for us as a team.
Went from simulations then to rapid prototyping and 3D printing, and then bring these 3D printing items and attach them or implementing them into the existing bike design that we already had in place there.
Gathering all these different concepts. Do you want a wide fork, a narrow fork? Where do you place tubercles? What do you do with the seat tube, the seat stays? All these kind of questions. We went there and literally threw hundreds of darts at a dartboard. We had a very tight time window to design, develop, and produce and test and completely finish an entire bike, which in 5 months is borderline impossible, which is more a reflection on the team that we had there with Metron coming on board with the 3D printing side that shortened that production timescale, which gave us a window to understand how we should design a fast bike. How do we design this bike? How does that correlate with our CFD? Therefore, where do we go? Because we, give or take, had one shot. We couldn't mess around and go through this cycle multiple times like most manufacturers would. We had 4 weeks and you had to do it as well as you could.
Our main goal at the beginning was to make it go as fast as possible. But obviously at some point, especially when we had the first try, we understood that also comfort had to have a great importance into what we were developing. And then the second part is that we wanted to check if it was actually able to pedal for 1 hour without dying. And if it was able to pedal at that speed for 1 hour, and also if it was able to sustain that position for 1 hour, because it's not that easy at all.
Però sì, l'altra volta quando giravamo 15,5. Però è già qualcosa. Tutto, tanto. Se dice, prima che loro fanno le volate, quando vai? Secondo me così Marco 3,57. C'è poco numeri alla mano.
I think that day we managed to ride for about 40 minutes, and we were not 100% happy, in particular about the comfort size of it.
We try to find a new saddle. We try to find a new material also for being more comfortable during 1 hour, because in 1 hour the goods are suffering a lot, so it's really painful.
So we went back to the drawing board, talked to the partners, which were extremely helpful in trying to fix pretty much every single detail that had to be fixed, and then we went back to the track a few months later. Yeah, in the first testing on Monte Chiari, we were testing a lot of things at once. Everything was new, the bike was just printed, we brought it to the track. Quite a few technical problems also with the bike. The wheels were not exactly perfectly balanced. The helmet was not fitting properly. The skiing suit was not fitting properly.
We are here in the glorious Monte Chiari Velodrome. The primary reason of being here is to understand Filippo, his physiology, the demands of the event in his context, and also to experience it. There's a huge amount that you gather and learn as an athlete from riding the hour. Obviously, every hour record is a bit different, so I expect there'll be some really interesting learnings that come out of it, and hopefully finds him that record and takes mine. But yeah, it should be a good fun day. So for my warm-up, it was cutting it down as much as we could. The exact same with Filippo, cutting it back to the bare bones, the bare minimum of what was required to make sure he sits on the start line warm, ready to execute, but also not unduly fatigued and unduly hot. Ready. Measuring everything from all of his biomechanical angles, his core body temperature, Obviously his power, his aerodynamics, his body position, head position, and just trying to understand and unpick all those different performance aspects. Yeah, riding, give or take 390, 400 watts at the moment. Looking around, chilling.
I remember after 55 minutes when I start to suffer a little bit, the legs is a little bit exploding in the final, and I start to suffering.
So at the moment we're 54 minutes in and he's at 54.8 km/h average. So at this pace should crack 55 by the end. He's sitting at 15.5s, which is about 57.5 km/h, top of my head.
To arrive to do closer than record, and yeah, we see it can be possible to do it.
What's the average? 4.31. So your best 5 minutes was 5.20, which is the last 5 minutes,
Yeah.
which is basically 60 km/h. You were kind of like 53, 54, then got to 55, picked up a bit early, chilled for a second, then went bananas.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When did I think Filippo could break my record? Well, I always thought he could break it. When was I confident that he would break it? I would say his practice run in Monte Chiari is when I was like, it's gone. So it survives one more day. 250 metres pretty much. Oh, it was, yeah. 5.48, so he was 240 metres behind. So yeah, one lap, which is 3 and a bit watts, is that right? About 3 watts, give or take. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? It's you obviously put so much in to break a record, and then here I am trying to very quickly try and find somebody else to go and break it again.
And the other one was line, keeping the line.
So that cost him, just quick maths off the top of my head, about 400 metres.
What?
So, yeah, 400 metres further, give or take 30 centimetres. Did he ride that much up?
Yeah.
It's 5.5308, yeah, 484, so he lost 400 metres.
So he broke the world record if he'd actually just ridden Black Line.
If he rode the black line, he's got the record.
Maybe yesterday 50.5,
Mid-15s, yeah.
or maybe more, but yeah.
It's good.
Anyway, it's good. Thank you guys.
Excellent work, mate.
Yeah, in Monte Chiari I realized, yes, we are really close to the record, but it's finished not easy, but better than what we think. So after that I say, okay, what can be your goal? The hour you can do it, but we try to push the level really high. I say, okay, I want to do 57. Yeah, the day when I receive all equipment, I'm like a baby the Christmas day, you know. It's amazing. All clothes, helmet, and bike is ready. I say, yeah, why is not today the day of the race? The second time I do just 35 minutes. I never do 1 hour. I do the hour just one time in the training, and the second time just in the race, the day of the record. So after 35 minutes, I remember is jumping the track, the guys to say, Filippo, it's done for today. Save your energy. We're going Granket. When I jump out of the bike, I see the mechanic and I say, okay, don't touch nothing. The bike is perfect.
So on the day of the race, actually, Filippo was pretty relaxed. He also managed to have a nap between the pre-race lunch and the event itself. So Piero came down and said, people sleeping. We were all a lot more relaxed, because if people was that relaxed, then it means he was confident.
I sleep everywhere without problem.
Filippo loved the slush. He was a big slush fan. I think I ingested about 1.5 kilos, and he was 2.2, 2.3 kilos pre-hour, which is it's a lot of ice. Yeah, I think you say he loved it.
I think in the hour everyone do the best he can do it, so I don't have any pressure, so I know where I can arrive, and I try to do all my best.
You could see his eyes. His eyes were completely focused. He was like on it.
The start was actually the same for all the pacing plans, but then around half an hour, Filippo had to take a decision on how good he was feeling. He didn't tell us, but I'm quite sure he had Borman, if not 57, in his mind when he started.
Now we have exactly an hour for him to see just how far he can go. Do not forget the target. It's up on the board here above us already, and that is Dan Bigham's record of 55.548 kilometres.
He got a bit excited midway through the race and started really sort of smashing it.
And that's where we started all to panic. I was panicking a little bit.
I remember like Villa was like, people, calm, it's fast, and he was like, no, I'm good. So I was looking at Villa and he was, let's see.
And I was like, he's going too fast. So I don't think we can stop him. He just wants to go fast, so let him go fast.
He knew that the last 20 minutes of the hour record are really difficult, and I think he found the last 10 minutes really challenging. And
after 50 minutes, when I find just 10 minutes to go, I completely destroyed. I want to finish the race. In the end, racing training is different. You can do the practice whatever you want, but in the race, then change. I want to finish the hour, and I can say, yeah, it's been one of my hardest day in my life in in one saddle, in one bike.
We knew that he could do it, but you are one person lapping for 1 hour.
So close to unifying this record and setting a ridiculous new marker, the likes of which we have seen all week long, Hutch, on Twitter, and we've kind of chosen to ignore it.
3 laps more.
3 laps to go. Oh, the crowd are on their feet. People have come down from the stands to see it. They're loving this.
Oh, we're on our feet too. How could you not? How could you sit through this? I don't think there's anyone at the velodrome who's sitting down. Everyone is on their feet.
I do hope you are enjoying this at home. Filippo Ganna is ragged. He is all over the machine. And we're hearing the bell rung. This is the final lap of an utterly groundbreaking ride. Some thought this was inevitable, but a human being still has to do it. And the human being on this occasion who's done it is Filippo Ganna. It's been Ganna time all night tonight, and he's done it. He has done it. And he's not just taken the record, but he has unified what we previously called the best human effort. What on earth then have we just witnessed?
That is the fastest, the furthest a man has ridden a bicycle in an hour. We've never seen that before. We've never seen anything like that before.
Oh, I am loving this.
Oh well, I've been crying I think for 10 minutes before he was crossing the line, so I was still crying when he crossed the line. It was a huge relief, and I was really happy for him because I know it has been not the easiest of the seasons for him, and I know how much effort these guys really put into the job.
When he crossed the line, I'm really happy because I say, finally I can write a part of my history, part of the cycling history.
In 1 week time, he set the hour record and then he set the individual pursuit world record. And I think that isn't easy to do. Like, you are the fastest man ever on the hour, and then after you have the fastest man ever on the 4 kilometers, and they're two completely different sports, and he was able to set 2 world records in 1 week.
But I'm not happy 100% because my dream is the 57, the perfect number with the old 0 after, but I'm really happy it's finished like that. Maybe it can give me the motivation for it in the future.